What's up, Mr. Bozy?
Hi there, beautiful.
Happy Tuesday. It must be Tuesday because they let us two idiots back on the air again, right? And
Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to figure out. It'd be nice to be in a studio again where we'll have some lighting where I don't have to take my desk lamp and flip it over and tie it into a knot and point it away and then look like a glass of milk. Anyway,
I didn't even go ahead and put my lamp up on today. Listen, I'm in such a complacent mood. I was actually earlier today. I was actually kind of what would be like frantic. I don't know, like anxious. That's what it was, anxious. And I was like,
what were you
hey,
anxious about?
I don't know. Maybe I was at birth. Mom didn't tell me she was doing bumps of coke. I don't know. I just felt really anxious today, and I just felt like the day. I don't know. Maybe what it is. Christmas is right around the corner.
It is?
It is.
I thought
We're
it was.
literally right around like a day or two away. It's right there.
I
You can
thought it
almost
was. Are they still having that?
what the Christmas thing? I think so. I mean, look, I can't even get undressed. Look,
What?
I'm so listen. I'm so special today. I can't even explain. It's
You're like
ridiculous.
Little Bus Special.
Oh my God.
Little
Uh,
Bus Special. Um, anyway,
Listen, what a fun evening last night was. Thank you.
was
Thank
it?
you, Rich.
Was it though?
It was. Listen, there's never a better time than when you get to go ahead and watch a grown man um, pretty much take a whole chocolate dick into his mouth.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
exciting for me. It really was. It was a moment. It moved me, in a way of like, thinking, do I have gay
the
tendencies? I
fact
don't
the
know.
fact that the highlight of your night was that. I'm not going to say it's unexpected, having known you for a while now, but you know, I mean, I like my food. I had priorities: company, food, and then maybe the chocolate dick.
Listen, the food. Listen. You know how we go and go to Rosin Social and say hi to Nick. Listen, past all of that. Listen, I don't know about Rich. I'm going to promote it by saying, get your ass there. The food is amazing.
Where is
It's
that?
Fat
Where?
Boy Heaven.
Do it. Do a proper promo for Christ's sake. Come on now.
Listen, go to Roslyn Social, right in the heart of Roslyn. It's a great location. It's great atmosphere, great food. Listen, it got to the point, Rich, where you saw me. I was eating, but I was already stuffed. They give you such huge proportions to begin with,
They're portions.
um, but I was
Proportions,
over
no. Portion, yes.
portions. Yes, Okay, listen, stop correcting my ridiculous
Are
English.
you a professional that gets a portion? So you're a pro portion? Is that what you're
I'm a
at?
proportionate. Yes,
Okay.
it's a new thing. Like move over, Democrats and Republicans. I'm a proportionate. So, but the thing is, I was in so much pain. I was stuffed. But the thing is, the food is so good. I had to keep going. Like the enjoyment of eating the food overwhelmed the pain from my gut. That's how great the
Well,
food is
I,
there.
I will tell you that again, just for a quick plug. Uh, I've been there a couple of times now, Roslyn Social, and Nick and Joe and the staff, everybody, fantastic. Place is clean as a whistle. The staff is great. Um, the anywhere I can go and get a nice pour of Guinness is always a good thing. And the food was excellent. And to me, the most important thing now for people going out anywhere is that it's very COVID friendly. And it was, we had to think about it. We had a massive table for half a dozen people, and we basically had our own area, and everybody was following protocol. It was great, just a
Yes.
great time. And
Like
then and then there was the
they,
chocolate.
well, yeah, and then there was the chocolate. But I mean, like, you know, it's just amazing. Like I said, they followed everything to the T. They were safe with everything. Even down to when we were getting ready to leave, and usually places like, do you want a to go thing? And they actually took the time. I mean, like it's like no brainer, but still, they actually took the time to explain to each individual who wanted to take stuff home. Listen, because of such and such, we're going to go ahead. We're going to hand you the thing, and you go ahead and place it in. and do it
I
yourself.
never. I
I
gotta
like,
be honest though. You're the first guy I've ever seen steal the silverware in the takeout tray like that. That was a pretty neat move.
um, you
So,
know, I know we were friends, and
I mean,
I didn't think it was.
I guess you're having company, so the extra 6 or 7 place settings are important. But I'm not turning you in per se. I'm just saying.
Well, there
Um,
was a fancy knife, fork, and spoon set, I had to
I
say.
got to be honest with you. I had a hard time unwrapping those suckers when in an emergency situation they were very tightly wound. I was like, "Come on, get open."
It's like
But
it's time to eat.
it was a lot of fun.
But
We got to hang with Sally and Tony from Knock 'Em Dead. Half of We got to hang with Ash from Land. Land wasn't
Ashland,
there, but
yep.
from Ashland. And Mike and Carla from Domestic Disturbance. And
Yeah,
me and you, two
great
idiots
time.
from whatever the name of this show is. No rhyme, no reason. Two idiots.
Pretty
So
much.
a lot of
Pretty
fun.
much.
But Bo's Christmas is what, 3 days away?
Yeah.
Um,
But who's counting?
yeah, it's crazy, right? It's just it's the least, and I like Christmas. I love the Christmas season and everything. But it's the least Christmassy, you know.
Well, it's because
If I
it's
was any
you
less
know.
Christmassy, I would have celebrated Hanukkah. That's how less Christmassy I am. But
Well,
um,
hey, listen. At certain points, you could go ahead and just move on to Kwanzaa.
well, so here's the situation. We're staying home, obviously. Um, I bought enough seafood for a small village, and now it looks like we're not going to have too many people here because you know it's going to be very few of us. So I'm going to wind up having probably enough seafood for like, I don't know, 9 sittings for the amount of people we're going to have. So it should be interesting. I'm going to cook it anyway because I already ordered it. So
So you really like live that whole Italian lifestyle with the seven fishes and all of that stuff.
I won't do 7, but I'll do shrimp. I'll do 4 on Christmas Eve, and 5 if you the Swedish fish count because I'm going to eat some of those. I always get some of those.
Right?
And
Listen, it says the word
Pepperidge
fish in
Farm.
it.
If I do
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm, I can get to 6.
Mm, yes.
And if you watch I guess if you watch a rerun of Barney Miller, you could see Abe Vigoda. That would get me there, right? That'd be good.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Um,
I'm doing 7.
well, for me, it would be a couple of cheese sticks, a black and white cookie, snooze myself to sleep, wake up early in the morning. Not voluntarily, of course, because the pitter patter of aggravation, I call them children, they're going to go ahead, wake me up, and go, "It's Christmas," and I'm going to be like, "Son of a
You know,
bitch
for a
again."
guy who sets up 10 zillion light bulbs outside his house, you're really Scroogey on the morning of. You know.
Ah, because it's one of those things like I prepare for it, but I'm not really ever prepared for it.
Yeah. There's that window
Uh,
of 15 minutes somewhere late in the day where you're all fired up, and then
yeah.
it's out. Yeah, I got you. Hey, Bose, say hi to a few people.
Yes.
Joan Krupiasha, how are you? She posted something very funny because of my McRib fondness. She posted something today that was very funny about they're some kind of Chinese McRib which they're using like spam and crushed Oreos or some crap. Of course, I'd eat it. I'm just saying. Um, Andrew, how you doing? Andrew Frenda, how are you? Let's see who else we got here. Danielle Asher, we haven't seen you in forever. How are you, dear?
Jim,
Uh,
yeah, sure.
Jeff
In
Bosey,
which she was mentioned last night, but we move on.
Gina, how are you? And
Lovely, lovely Christine is watching.
that's right. And so yeah, so Bo's basically so here. This is a great one. I get a delivery today, and I'm like, I really did some intense shopping here, and
Is it the phone?
I'm going back and forth with Christine, going, "What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas?" So we decided what we wanted, but we're not even getting them now because we don't want to. We don't even want to have the hassle of storing them until the weather gets nice. She wanted a kayak, So I'm like, okay, so
Big, small.
we'll buy that in March. Well, yeah, but I bought a paddle board for a 1 year, and I didn't know anything about a paddle board because at first I thought it was like this little ironing board thing, and you just stand on it. Well, it turned out it showed up, and you could basically transfer the entire island of Cuba to Florida on this thing. It's gigantic, and she never was able to use it. So now we're going. I guess downsizing to a kayak. We'll see what happens. But that wasn't the part that got delivered today. The part that got delivered because I really put in a lot of time here was I get this giant envelope. The doorbell rings. Boom, envelope. One of those Amazon things with all these little individually wrapped these little gift cards.
Okay.
So I got about 10 of these, and I don't remember the denominations on what they were, so now I have to go through this giant, stupid receipt. So yeah, so I knocked out a lot of shopping. I'll just hand those out.
Well, you're a hell of a, listen, you're a hell of a great guy during Christmas. I can tell you that. Listen, everybody, I keep on saying, most people start off in life with so many asshole points, and throughout our lives we go ahead, we turn them in. And
Oh, we
I'm
accumulate more,
listen,
don't we? Don't we keep
I'm in,
accumulating them?
listen. I'm in a deficit, um, but for some reason, Rich
I
is
would
in a
argue you. I
surplus.
would argue you're not in a deficit. I think any man that takes the time to do what he does for his house for Christmas, and then and by the way, the night you were dressed up as Santa wasn't the warmest night of the season.
Hmm.
And I know you got the padding and stuff, and that's before you put the costume on. But you can only get so many asshole points. You got at some point deep down in your core some like the Grinch, that little teeny weeny
Yeah,
little heart. At some
yeah.
point it starts bursting. So you might be a fraudulent asshole. Maybe down deep you're a good guy
Well, you
disguised as an
see,
asshole.
what I try to do in my head, I try to balance it out. It's like, like that whole thing of like, when I do pass and I do go to heaven, and I could go sit there like, well, hey, listen,
Why
this
is
is
heaven in wait? Why is heaven in quotes? There's some people that's going to disappoint. I mean, why should it? Why is it air quoted? Should it just be heaven?
well, because listen, at certain points, I believe I should have been delivered in hell with a handbasket by the time I'm all said and done. But if I go the other direction, then I'm going to pretty much say like, like, hey, listen, I try to outweigh the good with the bad,
You know who
you
should
know.
be in hell? You know who deserves to be in hell? The guy
I can name a few people.
the guy that gave you this haircut. Now, does this guy practice this for a living?
Listen, I said to the guy, listen, just
Did you bring a
keep it.
picture of the Three Stooges with you and say, "I want to be that guy"?
I told him to keep it simple. Just do a number two. I'm done for the next
Did
couple of
he did
months.
he think you were being incarcerated for the next few weeks or something?
You never know. You never know. At least it's all said and done. Listen, I can't go to my normal guy because you want to know what? Number one, once again, overcharges. I mentioned that earlier this year. And then,
Overcharges. What? How much you getting? How much you paying for a haircut?
okay, usually, well, I don't go to a salon like you do, but usually it's about $25. Okay, and I
Twenty
get the
five
whole. I get
dollars.
25, and for 25, what I used to get
Rub and tug.
was he comes, he like gets the whole thing, fades it, comes with the razor, does the whole thing with the razor in the back, on the sides. He gets it between the eyebrows. He puts the eyebrows. Then I get the hot towel. I get a massage. I get either a shot of Jack or an espresso, and that's what I get for twenty
You
five
get a
dollars.
shot of Jack.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh yeah.
score.
I can't tell you my spot, but I'm just letting you know that it's run by Latins. That's the only place to go.
I freaking love it.
But nevertheless, but then he went up to 40. No
40.
Jack. No, yeah,
Did he go
no
to
Jack.
Did he go to Gentleman Jack? Did he kick it up a
No,
notch?
no Jack. No espresso. No razor. Nothing. I was like, well, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go to the
So
Russians.
why did he raise it to $40?
Well, because he was closed for so long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, well, screw that. Now you can. Now I'll come back when everything is settled, and you can pick up a razor
Now, did you
again.
used to tip him when he was $25?
Yeah,
What'd you tip him?
I gave him $10.
I mean, you could stay for 40 and just not tip him.
Like what? Get the same haircut I can literally get the same haircut for 8.
Wow. I mean,
So,
the place you go to now, they got no mirrors.
well, it's more of like they give you blindfolds. Like they tell you, they say, don't worry about it on your face. Just put it up over here so we can get around and that's about it.
I told you. I think I told you this. The place that I get my hair cut, I've been going for years, and the gentleman that used to cut my hair, and this has been like probably in the late '90s. I when I had actual hair, I would go there, and he owned his own salon. He was an old Italian guy, but he owned a salon with always with young beautiful women in there. And he was the perfect salon owning perv who had all these hot girls in his shop. And a couple of years back, he began getting sick, and he since has passed away. I still go to that salon, and the girl that was like his right hand woman there, cuts my hair now. But the weird part is the last year that he was cutting my hair, he was pretty sick, the guy. And I would go home, and I told you my schedule. I go out. I'm in there. I used to go in every Saturday at 9 o'clock. I was done by 9:02. Like, it was a quick buzz on the side, boom, out the door, right? And I'd say, see you next week, right? And um, well, it got to the point where he was having a hard time. So I would go home, and somebody would go to me, your hair's a little bit, it looks a little like this side's not cut. I'm like, he'll fix it next week. I felt bad because I was with him for so long and he was having a rough go. So then when I stayed there, and we joke about it all the time when I go, and I'm always like, wait, don't forget, you have to cut both sides or whatever. But I would come home with some doozies, and I'd be like, wait a minute, like I'd have like hair over there and then none over the side, and cut one
Once
eyebrow.
again,
He'd do one eyebrow, not the other eyebrow.
once again, you can't go wrong with a number two all around because if you don't, if you have like a big thing coming out on the
It
side,
looks
you
like
know,
it looks like number
like
two. I'm just saying.
like how most people they have like that mysterious eyebrow growth where it's like you have that one antenna that
Like
sticks out, and the sad thing is
like
you
Eugene
don't
Levy.
realize it at all. You never realize it and then you go throughout the whole day, and not one solitary person goes ahead by. Hey, by the way, because they don't want to insult you,
But
and they
that's a
make
tough
it.
conversation. Like, would you? I know you would. You'd be like, dude, can I talk to you for a minute? What the fuck's with your eyebrow? Like, you got something
No, I
snarly
would
going
listen.
on.
I would have the decency. It's like, don't move, snip.
No, you would. You'd be like this. You'd pull it out.
Listen, I'm not that cruel because those things hurt.
Now,
I
now,
pull it out
now.
myself.
Okay, so, but here's the thing. Do This is a tough conversation to have with somebody. How depends how tight you are with them. Like, if it was an eyebrow hair, you tell them. What if it was this crazy ear hair or nose hair? What would you do?
Oh, absolutely. Once again, I'm sitting there like, listen, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. If it's like the nose and the ear, I go like this. I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. You're absolutely getting one of these things because you want to know why? You shouldn't have a safari jungle hanging out of your nose where you can see Tarzan go from one nostril to the other.
Yeah, you wonder what you wonder in the morning when they left their house, like, did that thing grow 4 inches between then and lunch? It was clearly flopping around when they left the house. Like, what's
It's
going
right
on?
next to the whole this thing. Like you leave, you've brushed your teeth, you've washed your face, you go out to 7-Eleven, get your coffee or Dunkin' Donuts, wherever the hell you go, and then Starbucks for you. But still, you go out, and then somewhere's around lunchtime, you need to use the bathroom again, and then you have those fluorescent lights right above, and that's it. It's right there, and you're like,
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong.
what the hell?
So, Bose, what are you home for the both days of the holiday?
Um, yes, it was a nice thing that my company. Well, I'm going to do air quotes tonight. I love being a prick doing
So
the air
far,
quotes.
wait, your company and heaven are going to be in the same air quotes, huh?
They are. Gave me Thursday off, even though that I believe that there was a soon-to-be ex-president that signed an executive order making Christmas Eve federal holiday. And
That's
I'm like,
right.
you want to know
Right,
what?
yeah.
I was like, all right, great. That's one thing.
Nice.
One thing.
All right, cool. So, Bose,
Um,
while we're talking about the holiday, I always try to friendly guilt people into it. I mean, and look, this year's a tough year because people who normally are very benevolent and help out everybody are having their own tough time. But I the last few years, specifically when I got into doing comedy, I used to. Because I had a regular job and comedy was kind of like a little side thing, and we weren't doing it that much, and Lord knows I wasn't making a lot of money doing it. But I used to, we always wanted to fill up them bringer shows and stuff. So I used to tell all my friends, hey, if you come to a show, everyone who buys a ticket, I'll donate $5 to the Long Island Harvest or whatever. So
they're
like
all
there,
starving this year.
so there was one night I did a comedy show. We did two shows. Remember, when you do Govs and you do the Little Room, you do the early and the late show, right? And
Yeah.
I remember I remember, and look, if you're a fledgling, nobody comic, you either are working for free or, $12.37 for doing a 6-7 minutes in a Little Room. And I remember one night I made that thing about, hey, I'm going to donate $5 for everyone who buys a ticket. And the two shows, I got 80 people came. So it cost me $400 to do two 7-minute sets. I'm like, I could have
Amazing.
went out for a nice, it could have been a nice meal, for a couple of people. Uh, but um,
Absolutely.
but I always say this, I'm a big believer. I know you are too. It's 2020. I mean, with all the problems we have, and we got many problems in this world. People being hungry should not be one of them. Like, there's just too much shit going on out there. Food should be everywhere. So look, I've donated numerous times. I don't even know how many. I got so many of those little email receipts from Long Island Harvest and all those, wherever you live. I don't care what state you're in. You know what? A couple of bucks. It sounds corny. Like, we used to joke when we see those commercials. For just 7 cents a day, you could whatever. Hey, if everyone donated two, three, four, $5 to a food pantry, that would be a big, big, big thing. So,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I know when my son was little, and the kids are spoiled rotten. Who you get your PlayStation, you got your cell phone, you got this. So I would once a year I would try to make them. We would do something where it was a donation thing where they would either do school backpacks for the kids who didn't have all the who weren't too well off, and then one time we went by the food pantry, and I got to tell you, man, they were the most appreciative people I have ever been around in my life. There was nobody going there who didn't who wasn't thankful and really happy that people were helping out. So if you can, I know we don't have the audience of a zillion or whatever. I mean, what do we have,
No.
half a
You
zillion
know,
now?
speaking of which, for the large number of eight, two of them being us, uh, if you could all do us a small, how about this? Not so much for me because I'm going to hell, but if for
Yeah,
Rich,
still up for grabs. I think you're a coin, or as you say, a coin toss,
a coin
not a coin
toss.
toss. But Jeff Bosey came out twice in the same sentence and said the
Yeah,
words
coin
"coin
toss.
toss."
If you guys could just small Christmas favor, share the show, share it to friends, family, enemies, anybody that you might
Oh,
feel that.
definitely share it to your enemies. I mean, if you don't like somebody, make them watch 4 or 5 minutes of this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you were saying,
I'm saying, hey, it's what I always find. Again, I I'm a little bit envious of people who have such a deep faith in their chosen religion, whatever it is. If the people who are Jewish, who are really, they follow their religion, and Christians and whatever, Lutherans and Baptists, whatever it is. We were raised Catholic. We were not like, hey, everybody, let's run to church and whatnot. I like to consider myself. I like to stay in that lane where those 10 Commandments are. You do your thing. But
so you wear your cross and you call yourself Catholic and you're good to
well,
go.
if you're Italian, I think it's mandatory. But yeah. Um, But that being said, listen, I laugh at people who are so religious and so holier than thou, and then they'll walk over somebody if they're laying on the ground starving. You know, it's like you'll put money. These are the same people who used to throw tons of money in a basket at church to pay for a legal defense fund for kid touching, but won't throw $4 or buy somebody a sandwich or something. Just do what you can. I mean,
Listen,
at the end of the day, it's a couple of bucks. Help people out.
listen. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but listen, I believe that sometimes you got to work for it. If you're standing up all day holding that "I'm hungry" sign and I need money, all right, I believe a little bit of effort should be going into not just giving in like here you go because you stood outside all day because shit, that's way too easy. So I believe you should work for it. There was this nice young lady on the Cross Bronx just after the George Washington Bridge, and she had her sign. It was the summertime, and I figured, hey, I'm sitting in bumper to bumper traffic for 2 hours. I'm gonna give this. I said to her, and in all honesty, I went like, listen, if you show me one of your boobs, I'll give you $5. So she got $10. Oh, sorry. But
She
listen,
got
I believe you
she
should
got
go ahead and
she
earn your
got.
keep.
So I gave her $15. That's really nice of you, though. She showed you the same boob 3 times. It's good.
She made out. She looked like the girl from Total Recall. Absolutely. She had like one, two. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, look, be as benevolent as Bosie. I mean, donate. I mean, if you got to see some Hooter for it, see some Hooter for it, or
Hooter, cooter, whatever you want.
whatever it is. Hey, $10 is $10. You got to do what you got to do. That makes it all worthwhile. But anyway, I listen. If you have the ability, to donate a couple of dollars, you don't have to get in your car and drive down there. There's so many things online where you can donate money, help people out in food. Here's another great one. I know people. We go through this all the time. You start going through your closet and you're like, I haven't worn that coat in 4 freaking years, man. There's so many coat drives going on. Don't toss them. Bring them in. Bring them to a coat drive. People are freezing out there. Some people at night don't have heat. Some don't even have a home. So don't ditch the coats.
Nope, not me.
No,
not me. I haven't donated one article of clothing. I still have my flannel jacket from when I was 16, 17 years old. Still have it.
I'm sure
not going anywhere.
I'm sure that fits like a sausage casing about now.
No, actually, I was just as girthy. I was girthy in my early teens.
Yeah.
Then I lost all the weight in my 20s. I hung up the flannel, and now I was like, the other day I was getting ready to go. I was like, you want to listen? Like a glove, perfect. I was like, it's like we reacquainted, like high school lovers. It was great. My old flannel.
And I'm sure the style is right back to where it was when you first sported that puppy.
And listen, I figured out, you know what? I might as well go ahead and wear that because I'm getting just as late as much.
Well, I can only imagine the horror of your wardrobe, but
well, you saw how I dressed last night. It's you pretty much you look at me and go like, oh, he did go to AmVets.
Yeah. So it's good to know that the stuff I've donated has gone to a good place, Bosie. I'm glad you. I mean, the parachute pants were spectacular. I hadn't seen them in a while. You did great with them.
And it matched with the Air Jordan pumps.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, those would be worth some bucks right now. So let's see what else we got to talk about today. But we do have an early holiday gift for everybody.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be on the air next week. So
I was wondering because that's the gift that keeps on giving throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, but Bose, to me, this is what's gotten most people through these last 9 months.
That's gotten me through the last 9 or 10 hours,
and probably through the next couple of weeks or whatever. Booze. I mean, I was joking, but I bet you it's partially true. Is that if they took the stimulus checks and cut out the middleman, just send it right to the liquor stores. Most people are probably already, that 8:00 shot club. You ever see some of the booze those people are drinking? Woo.
Listen, yes, because I'm purely looking at the booze. Listen. Today I was caught off guard. Usually, yes. Usually, the majority, 99.9% of
I'm
the.
in the 8:00 shot club, and I can't post any pictures because I don't have arthritis.
Like most is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So 99% of it's a haven for men to go to look at cleavage shots. Fine, great. 8:00 shot. There you go. Great page. But moving on today. Me and Keegan happened to stumble upon this beastly yet well-groomed, chest-haired, and bearded man like this and sipping on it. I was like, holy shit, this man just won 8:00 shot. He won the whole page.
What?
Right there.
Oh, I can't. Why? Who could watch
Yeah,
that?
I mean, I was sitting there, I was like, and I'll quote from Keegan. He's like, something in me makes me want to like run my fingers through his hair.
After what I saw Keegan do last night at dinner,
to that chocolate, yeah,
nothing surprises me.
Pretty much.
I'm not judging. It's 2020, almost 2021, so he's entitled. But
well, listen, you know what? Listen, I do want to go ahead and I want to bring up real quick. Listen, a little rant. Okay?
Oh wait, hold on. Let me get comfortable.
Okay.
All right.
So everybody, it's amazing. The numbers were going down. Everyone was going great. The vaccine was coming. The vaccine is coming. The vaccine is here. There's a new strain of the fucking COVID-19. Really? At what point do we stop the bullshit? Come on now. I mean, really? It's like we're doing good. Now we got to close the UK and we got all those problems going on. I was like, at what point does the bullshit stop? I mean, I'm really getting tired of it now. It's got to come to an end. I'm really done. You're done. I know you're done. I'm done. All 5 viewers that we have are done. I mean, it's just a point of like, listen.
What is this, Monday night? What's going on today?
What is it?
I said it feels like Monday.
But Monday night? No, it's not Monday night.
No, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday with us. But listen, it's like an insult on top of an insult. You go ahead, you come out with your vaccine and your cure and your way to get rid of this thing. Then you go ahead and you mention we got another second wave. This is the true second wave. And then you slap us in the dick with the $600. I don't even know what the hell you call it. I mean, listen, if you broke up this, what do you even call this? $600. It's $2 a goddamn day. That's what it breaks down to. $2 a day.
It's insulting. It's ridiculous. But listen, again, man, this is not, look, Congress are a bunch of idiots, but we keep electing the same stupidity, okay? Everyone voted for Trump because he was going to make things different. That guy checked out months ago, okay? I mean, since the election, forget it. He's been on autopilot. You won't even hear him. I mean, I'm pretty sure he thinks COVID's gone already, because according to them, it ended on November 4th. The stock market's high, so no one's having financial troubles, right? I mean, it's all horseshit. But for them to throw $600 at people is ridiculous. I made a joke. I was saying we would have done better if we got Sarah McLachlan to do a commercial for us. It's crazy.
I'd rather have gone ahead and say, like, listen, while you're at it, just come to my house and just, I don't know, either cattle prod me or kick me in my dick at which point, because $600 is really not going to do anything.
Can they do both?
I mean, like I said, you break it down. If you did it all seriousness, it's $1.50 maybe at most, $1.25. Once again, it's the Sally Struthers thing for 50 cents a day, because that's what it comes down to.
Right. Yeah.
Great job, America. You're doing us great.
But Bose, for $600 probably get you most of the booze behind me.
Yeah, and that'll last for what, a week at most? At the irate moment that I'm having. I mean,
but it would be a hell of a week, right? It would be a hell of a week.
Just the insult of the $600 is insane in itself, and I don't understand how anybody's gonna do anything with that.
Well, listen, like I said, we keep electing these people, and we keep electing them, and that's what we get. And at some point, shit's gonna get. It depends on how much longer this goes. I mean, fortunately, with these vaccines out there now, hopefully it'll, in a few months, the economy will be able to start, getting rolling, because more people will be. I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to be able to vaccinate. I mean, it seems like quite a process, and there's 330 million people in the country.
Listen,
double dosages for some of them, and
don't
plus
forget,
they got to produce it.
Don't forget, Cuomo. We'll go back to that guy. He said, in order for this thing to even work, 75%.
I will say this though, and I know you hate Cuomo, okay, but the question I would ask you is, and I'm impartial. I'm right. Switzerland with all these politicians because I think they're all full of shit. But
yes,
if there was a Republican governor in there, explain to me what he would be doing. What, keeping all the restaurants and bars open till 3 a.m? That would help people out, because the people in that industry would be happy until what, they all got sick and croaked. Everyone, we are such an armchair quarterback society. I don't understand. Again, Cuomo, but don't get me wrong, he dropped the ball on the nursing home thing. And my mom's in a nursing home, and her entire wing got infected this past week. So I'm speaking out of, right now my mom has COVID in a nursing home. Okay, she's 80. She's going to be 88 in January. It is as high risk as
God
it
bless.
gets. Okay, as high risk as it gets. That being said, he shit the bed on the nursing homes. What you're telling me? You're telling me that locking down or quarantining or doing all this stuff was a bad idea? No. It was the fact that no one was following it that was bad. You can't enforce it because everyone's got a head like a brick, and if they can't drink booze after 10 o'clock outside their house, they get upset. Or if they can't do this, or if they can't do that, you're in a no-win situation. I don't care who you pick a governor. You pick a governor in the history of the state of New York and put them in that job and tell me how they succeed at it. Because I don't think anybody could do well at it right now, or California, or Texas, or Florida, or Iowa, or Dakota, or any of them. No one's ever had to do this shit before.
It's listen, it doesn't matter whether you're a governor, whether you're a politician or a senator or a president or to be president. This year has been a hellacious, ridiculous, obnoxious B movie. Okay, and when I say B movie, it's listen, De Blasio, Biden, Cuomo, all of them. Okay, I have never seen so much politics and politicians on Facebook, on YouTube, on the TV, ever in my life, ever. Listen, can anybody go ahead right now, prove me wrong, okay? Can anybody ever sit there and find out even like who was running against, let's say, ready? George Bush Sr. Who was running against him, and how much of a segregation was it going, the Democrats are after this, and the Republicans are after that, and the Democrats are after this. Nobody knew shit. Nobody gave a damn. You didn't hear about it. It was not a zilch nothing. Okay?
Well, also because when Bush Senior, you're talking about, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. He came in after Reagan, who was very popular, but when he ran for his second term against Clinton,
okay.
You're talking about, put it this way, Bill Clinton was. He was a Democrat who right now would be considered a Republican almost because he's so far moderate compared to where the party has gone. So, and by that token, George Bush Sr., who to me was one of, I'm not talking about performance on the job. If you looked at the resume before the job, like, oh, is this guy qualified or not? He had an impeccable resume. He would probably be laughed at as being not a good Republican because he's too far in the middle. So the parties have gone whoop, and then and where does that leave us? If you're sane, moderate, you're flapping in the breeze.
Listen, I just want to tell everybody. Listen, you see what you're tuning into now. This is by far whatever means of entertainment. Okay, that or you get to watch your SNL skits and find laughter in there. Okay, listen, somebody tried to show me an SNL skit the other night, and I was like, wow, I'd rather go ahead and go blind.
Well, you're going to go blind for the other things you've been doing.
Well, aside from the masturbation. But still, the whole thing is, it's turned into a horse and pony show. Like today, I think it was a thing with Fauci. Today, they were interviewing individual practitioners, nurses, whatever the hell it was, getting the shot. Why are we televising and making, now this is my curiosity, why are we making it such a big deal to go ahead and televise people getting the shot? What are you trying, like I say, I
imagine they're trying to make people feel like you're not going to die if you get the shot, but getting the shot, I don't think people are afraid of the needle. They're afraid of what they're getting pumped into them is what they're afraid of.
Listen, just because there's a Chili's commercial on doesn't mean I'm running down to a Chili's.
And if you had 7:08 p.m. for the Bozy Chili's mention in our pool, you win. And one day we're going to get Chili's as a sponsor. They won't admit it, but you know what they'll do? They'll give us a $10 gift card to never mention them again.
It's like I said, it's everything is way too commercialized between how the governor performs his job, between how the presidents have gone ahead and definitely segregated the two parties.
Bose, you brought up, listen, here's the deal, and then we got to move on because it's a fucking torture topic, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Politics is marketing, okay? Governing.
Now it is.
What? No, always has been. There's two parts to anything. It's politics and the governing. Okay, politics is what Trump's great at, and what Cuomo's doing now, and what this doofus De Blasio does all the time, and all that stuff. They go around and they worry about their commercials and their rallies and all this happy horse shit because it's all sound bites and crap. The country doesn't need these people anymore. They need people with solid governing brains. Unfortunately, there's so much money in the political side of it. That's all they're going to do. They're going to run around and they're going to be freaks. So that's why we get freaks. That's why New York State's run by freaks, and that's why in our lifetime we're probably not going to see anybody who's not a freak anymore because the money's too big. Look at Trump raised over $200 million since the election. Since the election. I mean, people think about this lunacy. People are complaining that they need financial help, right? And $200 million is going into a coffer that they're going to have no idea where that money's going. Every time someone runs for president, they pump $500 million into this thing. Really? Do we need these commercials and these enough? Well, look at there are people who are going to default on their homes. They're not going to be able to pay their rent. They're going to lose their cars. Their jobs are never going to be the same. They might get on half of that. And we're sending money to a candidate who's a billionaire. Mm-hmm. That makes all the sense in the world. Yeah. I mean, but this is this. So we sort of self-inflict ourselves a lot with this crap. On one hand, we're crying they don't help us. And on the other hand, it's like, I think I told you the story when my mom, before she went into the nursing home, we went to clean out her place. And I'm going through this stuff and the financial stuff. And I saw a stack, I'm not kidding you, Jeff, this high. Every sleazy, scammy, fundraising piece of shit who would send stuff. And then I'd look through my mom's records and I'd see occasional checks for $25 and this, and this. My mother was on her Social Security was like $1,500 a month. Me and my sister would go food shopping for her every week. We don't take money from her. We go and do all this stuff. And she's sending in checks for $25 here and there. And I'm going, what the? And they feast off these people. And just like the politicians feast off the stupidity of the rest of us. It's ridiculous, man. What could you do with that money right now? If you didn't send all that money in for Joe Jorgensen, you'd have a ton of money right now.
I would absolutely be visiting any open strip club.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Kemp Michelle, how are you, bud? Merry Christmas.
Do me a favor, Rich. Say some words of inspiration to our viewers. I'll be right back. I want to show them my one gracious thing that I got to achieve in my life. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure what's about to happen, so I think we should all brace ourselves. If he comes back, I hope it's not a tattoo is all I'm saying. It better not be a tattoo. But hey, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for... Dun, 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 dun. Look, it looks good on this side too. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully, folks, I am 100% hoping everybody has a magnificent... you could be the worst human being in the world right now, but I hope you have a great 2021 because... 2020 was an absolute bedpan of a year, a full bedpan of a year. Am I the only one who thinks Bosie looks really good right now? Oh,
yes, I do. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I've lost my key. Oh, wait. And if you guys ever have a chance, and wait, hold on. Here's one other thing. I listen, if you're thinking about going ahead and getting a special gift for that certain someone, okay? Listen, these are limited edition. And I was happy enough to go ahead and achieve one of these things. Listen, it's not too late. I don't know if it's on Teespring. I definitely know, though, if you go on rnrsmellsgreat.com, you can pick up one of these lovely candles.
Yes. Okay? Does it still smell like ass?
Listen, I was... Smells like humor to me. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, okay? For 2 easy payments of $29.95 in your home, you can have an R&R candle.
Or
yes. Yeah, a signed moment where Rich went ahead and poolside with Trump. It's amazing.
Yep. I tried to get him in the hot tub, but he wouldn't bite. It's crazy. What are you doing over there? I'm up. He's got the
Hey,
key. All right. This. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably taking a body out of his trunk. Um, you never know with Bozy. So let's see. Who can we say hello to today? Yes, Joan, you are right. DJ D Love is back. I heard the news yesterday. I mean, oof, doesn't get any better than that. Those beautiful songs, the melodic voice. I think Danielle Asher said that she would be doing a duet at some point in 2021 with DJ D Love. Vocally, he'll probably have to carry her a little bit, but I think it'll be good. Oh, he's back.
okay. So listen,
So, folks, if you're wondering what the banjo player from Deliverance grew up to look like,
listen. Some people out there do wonderful things for others, and not everybody, not all heroes wear capes. And I want you all to know that, listen, this is going to be, I guess you were saying that this is our last show for the year, good sir?
most likely.
Okay. Listen, when you go out to dinner with friends, and I consider Rich almost a little bit like family, and when they bless you, okay, with, okay,
Whoa, you got an achievement.
okay,
Jack Bosey, you got an achievement from the Belrose School of the JJ.
okay. I have no idea if it's coming up for all of you.
Oh,
It could be
yeah.
reversed. I don't know how it will
No,
work.
it actually looks good. It looks like you have a degree in the JJ.
Listen, when you get blessed with one of those diplomas in life, you know you made it.
Did you take the online course or did you was it a
It's always the online course.
no,
It's always the online
is
course.
Pornhub the online class?
It is actually, oddly enough, and then when you do so many clicks per hour, they send you 3 tokens so you can do one of their live shows.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
so you
yeah.
so you do live at the House of Wax.
It, yes, yes. But listen, I felt that that needed to be shared with everybody because you want to know what? Like I said, not all heroes wear capes when they are thinking of others.
Are you framing it?
Listen. Are you kidding me? Listen, I have not only do I have this one, the certificate that was given to me, but then also the other. Oh, these are listen. As soon as the studio opens up, these are getting framed and put on the wall.
Oh, that's right. You're a big boy now. When you got your McRib.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
So these are definitely going up. As soon as we get back inside, they're definitely getting framed. I already purchased the frames. They're going to go in there and they're getting hung in the wall so everybody knows my
And by
achievement.
purchased, just so you people know, by purchased, he shoplifted 2 frames from CBS or something.
It was ham vets. Listen, they were there outside. So it wasn't stealing, it was outside.
So Bose, do you, in a lucid moment, if you get one, do you have that one resolution for the coming year for 2021? Like a real one, like not I want to hit Cuomo with my car and pee on his dead body kind of thing. I know you, but do you have one where you really go, you know what? This is the year. My resolution is, less midget porn or something.
Realistic things I would like to get done or figurative things?
A real resolution. Where January 2nd it still has a shot, not that it's gone already.
You know what? I would like to try to do the weight loss thing. I think I've gotten a little chunky in the ass. And listen,
I
I'm
don't
no
know who this guy Chunky is, but I think you should stay away from him.
listen. I've gotten a little chunky in the ass, and listen, and because of such, it's made it a little less capable of seeing my clam hammer. So.
Well,
Oh yeah, we were going to throw that word in there tonight too. Don't. Yeah, come on, that word was making it in tonight too.
the Webster's word of the year.
Yeah. So if anybody at 718 had clam hammer, You guys are winners.
That's right. 708. You had Chili's, and they're gonna name a dish at Chili's called the Clam Hammer, and it's gonna be something you like.
Of course. Will Sharon says, I thought it was Bench Master because he's mentally. Oh, thank you, Will.
You know, Will's not wrong, and and I'm gonna say he's probably right. He's a teacher. He's a smart guy. So that's it. Boom. Rubber stamp it.
Good to go.
You are mentally incapacitated.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, yeah, try to lose a little weight. Like I said, if I can go ahead and say 20 pounds, 20 pounds for 2021, 20 pounds for the 2020. If I could do that,
The 20
that would
plus
be
the 20 would be 40.
why you gotta get all technical on me?
I'm just looking out for your health. I mean, I think the problem. Here's the problem, though. The problem is if you lose too much weight, then the clothes from '90s Bozy aren't going to fit you anymore.
Well, they'll fit. They'll just be baggy, like the
Like most of your underwear, right? I understand.
Really, really,
Oh.
yeah, like the parachute pants, and they're not only parachute because there's nothing to forge the front. Oh, so what's your resolution?
It's a good question. I haven't come up with it yet, but I have a couple of I've weaned down to 3, so I will finalize by next week. I know what my resolution will be. And
All
no,
right.
and before you ask, it's not going to be. I'd like to spend more time with the family at home because that ship sailed. All right, it's out, gone.
Oh, is it to make it?
2020 already?
Is it to have a formalized letter signed and have it executed to make sure that the McRib stays on the McDonald's menu? I could see that happening.
Will Sharon has a great. If comedy were restaurants, Jeff Bozy would be the Roslyn antisocial.
Nice, thank you, Will. Yes.
So folks, great. There was a great moment last night when one of my favorite people, Carla Okerson, had such a great line. We're sitting at the table, and Jeff says something, and I know this is going to come as a shock to people because, but brace yourself. Jeff said something, and it actually elicited humor, a laugh from Danielle. She started visibly laughing, and Carla said, "Oh my God, Jeff, you said a joke, and someone laughed afterwards." So. 2021, that's not a bad resolution too. You could be a thinner, funnier Jeff Bozy.
Listen, these things are not out of reach, but once again, I set a realistic goal. Realistic.
And don't forget, 2021, there's 2 challenges on the table. We've got a Pazuzu match, me against you, but I believe that comes the week after you against the Houseplant.
True.
So if you lose to the Fern, I'm pretty sure we won't get matched up. I'll have to take on the Fern.
Well, then it's hands down. We know who won that match. The Fern.
The Fern. The Fern is definitely an 8-5 favorite right now. So what else we got? Let's see. Oh, so I was telling you that that my mom is basically on they're still on lockdown, but I don't know. Yesterday I went out there and she's on the first floor now, so you can kind of sneak up and knock on a window and wave.
Not creepy at all.
But there's like 2 feet of snow and a Christmas tree in front of the wing, so you have to climb over the top and everything. Yeah, so that was fun. So I got to do that. So my resolution might be not to do that anymore.
Did they call the cops?
No. They should have. They absolutely should have. So, who we got with us today? We got Will.
I see an old classmate of mine, Charlie Lutz, is watching.
Charlie Lutz is a classmate of yours?
Yes, we both went to Martin Van Buren High School together. So
now, did Charlie do the typical 4 years and out, or did he do the Bozy plan?
I don't know what plan he went with because like I said, once again,
did he do a second term, or did he get out when he had to?
I don't know which direction and what happened because, like I said, I was trying to pay attention as long as I could to get out with my 6 year plan, which wasn't a plan. It was more of like just excruciating, like never ending. I keep screwing up
Did you really? So you were in high school so long you left with a pension? Is that true?
with a what?
With a pension?
Um,
Were you fully vested in the retirement plan?
I'll just sit there and say it was nice to go ahead and be able to smoke with the rest of the teachers when during their
Yeah,
break.
that's right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
how old I was by the time I got out. You know.
Three of the teachers were younger than you.
Um, and I think after a while they said like, no, we got to give you a diploma and get out of here. You're starting to turn into the
Yeah.
creepy guy hanging
We're
out.
not
in
even
front
sure you passed anything, but just be off. Get going.
It's time to go. Make something of yourself. You know,
Yeah.
one day we would like to see you become like a scale technician and start a podcast.
Yeah. And,
Do something useful for America.
right, and play with chocolate penises.
Listen, at no point of the evening did I even handle that massive size of chocolate cock.
Didn't you though?
Okay, I didn't even dip my. I didn't even get to go ahead and touch the chocolate cock and dip it in hot water for flavor.
That was pretty fun.
Okay.
Mike Keegan.
But like I said, I mean, I just definitely want to have like 2021 be a better year. Everyone COVID free, COVID, just like, I don't even want to hear like, as soon as it's like patient, whatever the number's got to be to get the last shot to make sure it's all gone. And then I don't want to hear about it again. I want to be able to go and, hey, wait, hold on real quick. Here's another question. Once it's all said and done and gone, what are they going to do with all that plexiglass? Did everybody think about that? I'm talking about let's start an aquarium, motherfuckers.
Yeah, because I could see you being home long enough to spend the time it takes to keep those fish alive. And
Listen. What I will do though is I can definitely. Oh, am I missing it? Where did it go? It's gone. All my wonderful trinkets of love that I have. It's definitely. Oh my God. Oh,
what's
I
that?
don't want to spill them. These are great. I brought them to work.
What is
I'm
it?
so fat. Yeah, I Italian cookies. I don't know. It's filled with love, care, and generosity.
So Bosie's plan to lose 20 to 40 pounds first consists of him eating everything in his house and then start his diet plan.
They're so good. Like I said, I mean, I can't. I can't.
What is it? Hold it up. And keep it in your mouth, for Christ's sake. Oh, that looks healthy. Is that tofu? Who made those? Little shout out to the baker?
It's
Oh, okay. Nice.
so good.
Better than Funny Bones?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
Shout out to Jen Lupo. Yeah, an Italian. Who would have figured? Who made these delicious, wonderful things that makes any fat guy like myself very happy during the holidays.
Why are they at your office? Nobody at home got to taste any? You took the whole tray?
Fuck them. That's for me. You kidding me?
Oh, we love Bosie.
Listen, I listen. If anything, listen. I don't get. You know what these are? These are tiny pieces of happiness, and if I can go ahead and give myself little tiny pieces of happiness throughout the entire lifespan of my misery, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it in the privacy of my place here in somewhere's Long Island. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, you
The
enjoy
break.
those, Bose. So, Bose, we got to wrap it up.
It's that time already?
Yeah, it is. It is. I would like to wish you and the family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, before New Year's anyway. But next week, No Rhyme, No Reason is off. But we'll be back better than ever on the first week of January. What's that date? The 4th maybe or something like that. Maybe January 4th, something like that. Does that make sense?
Fourth or fifth, January 5th.
The 5th.
Yep, the 5th.
All right. So we'll be back on January 5th. Maybe we'll even have a little special guest with us.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm working on somebody now to join us for the festivities.
Hit the share button.
Oh, hit the share button. Yeah, listen. Hit the share button. What's it take? You push a little button. Make that resolution. You know what? Let me get these two idiots some viewers and hit the share button.
That's what I'm talking about.
But folks,
Listen.
I would like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Kwanzaa. If I don't know what the date of Kwanzaa is, but let's a Canada Box Day I believe is coming too. Box
Yes,
Day.
absolutely.
And a very happy and healthy New Year. And I think 2021, we got this. It's going to be great. And Bose, hopefully, your hair will grow back in the new year.
What's wrong with? Anyways, everybody have a happy New Year. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Whatever it is you want. Happy Festivus. Be healthy. Be merry. Enjoy. Just don't get anybody pregnant like I did the time that. Anyway.
And folks, before we go, don't forget Govs Radio. There's a lot of great shows on there. Don't forget
Yes.
Knock 'em Dead Comedy, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
They're not back until next year.
Yeah, they're back next year also. Wednesday, who's doing the daytime now on Wednesdays, Bose? Chrissy or Marla? Or who's doing the Wednesdays?
It should be Marla Schultz
Okay,
during.
Marla Schultz on Wednesday days. You also got Monday nights, you got Steve Squared Show. Tuesdays, you got us. Wednesday, you got our buddies at Pazuzu, Don and Benny. Thursdays, you got Anthony Grazade and Limo Talk with the guys. Friday, you got... I'm sorry. Tuesday night also after us, you got Domestic Disturbance with Mike Keegan, Carla Okeson, and Tim Saliana, and then also on Fridays you got Films on Tap with Carla, Kevin, Tim, and I'll figure it out soon. But
we'll get it eventually.
Really funny, really good show. You got Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati. You got Chef Felix. You got Zenkuda,
Christy Miller,
and you got Chrissy Miller. And basically, listen to Govs Radio for the love of God. GovsRadio.com, and don't forget, go on Teespring.com and get your bling, your stuff, your crap. And Happy New Year, everybody! Happy and healthy. Thanks for tuning in all year. We really love you guys, and we know you could be killing an hour doing God knows what else. So we appreciate everybody who tunes in. And Bose, my buddy, I'll talk to you soon. But have a great Christmas. I'm sure I'll talk to you the week between.
Listen, Rich, I love you. Have a Merry Christmas, brother.
Back at you, my friend. Don't go on the roof. Good night, everybody.